Zerko's Report, episode 47, Hyperbanking. Okay, so you've probably read or heard about hyperfarming, where people in the clan will have a specific job title and all they will do is focus on farming one resource, or producing one resource, I should say. The bad thing about that is, if you ever leave the clan or you get booted from the clan and you only are producing one resource, it kind of screws you over. So I started out with that theory in mind, and then I eventually burned all my resource production tiles and started over. And now I have a much more comprehensive production of resources, but I did go ahead and allocate an extra tile or two towards food because I wanted to focus on that because I was wanting to train some troops. So keep that in mind. That's kind of the pros and cons of hyper farming. Now, what our clan is in the process of doing is hyper banking, and it's a little different. And you can see up here at the top of my screen, I have 60 million lumber. We've just started this. So now everybody, well, the elders will send me lumber. I will send silver to somebody else. I'll send stone to a different person. So each person will then be the go-between for the clan members who need resources. We're all on quite often. When we're not, we can still contact each other outside of the game, and it's pretty easy just to pop on and give them how many of our resources they need, and then get back to what we were doing. But we are also talking about having a specific time where everybody would be on, and passing those resources to everybody would happen at a convenient time for everybody, so we're not have to interrupt our workday. With this in mind, now that I can no longer produce lumber because it's beyond my capacity, I now need to reallocate my skill points for my hero. I want to show you something over here. Let's go to the palace. We're going to go to statistics, and we're going to see lumber. I'm producing 1.1 million units of lumber per hour, but it means nothing because you can see up here at the top right, my capacity is 7.1 million. So now that I have hit that, it doesn't matter how much I can produce. I'm literally just wasting those allocated skill points. So let's X out of here. Let's go to the hero. I currently have invader gear on, but we want to go to the hero sets. We want to make sure that we have the correct hero set active, which is resource production number 2. You can see the little red banner with the yellow star on the right side of that. So we have that one active. That's good. Alright, so we're going to go here on the bottom left. We're going to tap on the skills button, and we're going to check the skill points, and you can see how I have this set up. Now, what you're going to do, regardless of the amount of skill points, you always want to start at the bottom and work upwards. Because silver production 3 is going to produce more silver than silver production 2, and so on and so forth. So you want to start with the bottom, which are the more, where these knowledge blocks or skill blocks give you more bonuses, and then work up. So if you have enough points for it, I am currently level 58 or 59. You want to start with food consumption and resource production. And if I remember right, I was able to do this as early as level 55. So you want those two maxed out. If you don't have enough points to get down to there, then you want to get to where you can max out learning speed 2 and building speed 2. And if you are if your hero is yet young, then you're always going to max out building 1 and learning speed 1. You're always going to max those out regardless of where you are. So let's just go ahead and reset these skills right now, just for convenience sake. So we've reset these. We're going to scroll down. That's not making you nauseous. And we're going to start with resource production 1. And then obviously it's going to say we have to go through all these. But this is where you start. And this is so much easier. We're just going to keep it. Go back to the very minimum. And then this will automatically walk us through. Now you can see it. Now I'm building up. And this is so efficient this way, because I don't have to go back and look at them. It is allowing me to grab the minimum of each block that is required before I can get to the next knowledge block or skill point block. Alright, and now we've hit this resource production 1, and I'm going to max this out. Now that I've maxed this out, now I can hit the back button, and we can go back and manually adjust all the other skill point blocks. And we're going to do this on food consumption. This goes pretty quick here. Won't take too much more of your time, but hang with me. Alright, I don't need silver production because I got another clanmate taking care of that. So there's 40 points right there that I can free up to use other things. Stone production, I still need stone. Actually, let me correct myself. I do need to produce silver. Lumber is the only thing I don't need to produce. So I need to produce silver because when I get the silver, then I will send it off to that particular elder. 350% for silver production 3. And stone, max this baby out. Thanks for bearing with me. Going as fast as I can. Your time is important. Lumber production 3. That's going to remain at level 5. Food production. Oh yeah. Let's get some of this. Alright, there's 700% right there. Resource yielding. I'm going to come back to that. Building 2, absolutely. This is absolutely mandatory. 60% right there. And we're going to do learning speed 2 as well. And that's a 60% bonus. Then we're going to go to silver. 65%. We're going to skip lumber, but we do need stone. So we're going to go to stone 2, which was just left of lumber, in case you didn't see me tap that button, that block, and then we're going to grab iron as well. Iron 2, giving us an additional 65%. Then we're going to go up here to food production 2. And that's an additional 130%. We're going to hold back on resource yielding. Obviously, if you do a lot of farming of resource tiles, go ahead and knock those out. 40% on silver, stone. So we're going to have a bunch of points left over now. And then we'll be able to go further down the right column. And we'll grab this iron here left of stone. Additional 40%. And we're going to do food. Now, one thing I should have done, and I didn't, but it doesn't matter because I have enough skill points. After I would have got all the way to that initial block that I started with, way down this column, I should have immediately come back here and addressed building 1 and learning speed 1 right away, so I would not have run out of skill points to allocate and then miss out on these 2 blocks, because they're additional 40% apiece. All right, so now we have 18 skill points left. Oh, there's lumber production 1, but I don't need it, right? So we have food, iron, stone, silver. I do not farm resource tiles, so I don't need to allocate resource yielding. We have food 2, stone, iron, and silver 2, learning and building 2, food. Ooh, there's iron 3. All right, we want that. I thought there was a missing block there. All right, currently at 54% for that. So we're doing good. Now, we got to remember, when we hit the reset skills button here, it also resets invader tab. It's a pain. I max out, obviously, the first one and the bottom corners. Max out those. And I think it's more important to max out the second row than it is the bottom middle. So the increased heroes energy is fine, but if you're not buying energy packs and you're just relying on whatever you get each day, then you definitely want to max out the second row and skip the bottom middle. If you are, I don't know, it's a toss-up. I've gone back and forth. Currently, I stand on maxing out the second row, but I'll come back and won't waste your time on that. I want to go back out to here. Now let's look at bonuses here at the bottom left. Let's click this and let's see what our bonuses are. Food production's at 1400% right now, and I don't even have my resource production gear on, and it's still at 1400%, so that's good. Iron's at 189, learning's 100%, which just means it cuts it in half. Yeah, it's really crazy. There's gonna get so many. Just disregard that comment if that can, because I cannot explain it. But if you Google how, let's see, troop training bonuses, somebody has written out the mathematical equation for how many percent off, what it actually equates to, and 100% does not mean 100%. So you just have to do a little search for that. If I can find the link again, I'll put it in the video description. So anyway, numbers are already good right there. So now I can go back here to the palace, click on statistics, and you can see my lumber has dropped from whatever it was a minute ago down to 491,000 per hour. Whoop-de-doo. Guess what? Doesn't matter, because I'll never be producing it again. So then you have to ask yourself, well, wait a minute. Well, that's just kind of stupid, because over here in the Oracle, you click on Knowledge tab and then the Economy tab. Well, this kind of sucks because, scroll down here a little bit, I've invested in lumber supply. And so that was kind of a waste. Not really. Gave you a little influence points. It's no big deal. Silver supply, the next one was, well, that's 5 weeks without my proper gear on and boost. So that's probably like 2 weeks for me, which is really no big deal. And that's the next level. It was 25 million of. So it's really not that big of a loss, because obviously the lower levels were even cheaper than that. So I don't really feel like I lost out. And should we ever change this approach to hyperbanking, then I still have the lumber supply and such related items built up. So it's not a huge loss. Anyway, I hope that helped you explain what hyperbanking is, as well as the proper way to allocate hero skill points for resource production. If your hero skill points are not set up in the way I showed you, you are inefficiently using your hero. I encourage you to go address that. I mean, it's like 2,000 gold pieces. Maybe it's 4, but I think it's 2,000. No, hero set changes 2,000. So it's like 4,000 gold. Whoop-de-doo. We make a ton of that every clan event, so it's no big deal. All right. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Zerko out.